everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing a Yuna Hope of Spira pile. Yuna mainly prioritizes focus on getting big enchantments into our graveyard like the Overlords and bringing them back for free on our instep for a ton of value. The only really new card that we're playing outside of obviously our mana base being a bit better is Seamrip, as it is also an enchantment that enters and exiles something. It might not seem like a big deal, but this deck absolutely loves a card like this, and it works really well for us in this deck alone. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive right into the games and see how well we can do. We get a Surveil right away, play Dredger's Insight, go right into the Summon, and our opponent mauls, so that should technically give us time, which would be great. Alright, life gain, easy. Graveyard, easier. Dredgers, the best. Healer's Hawk. The hawk that heals. But everything should be fine. Alright, well, I mean, I have options. Honestly, I guess... What did I even grab? I guess I grabbed this. I can't even play it, I guess. I don't really want to grab anything. Well, I mean, I grab a mountain off this. I didn't really want to grab, like, much, but I still just grab everything, right? This is not two separate triggers, right? They just gain two. Yeah. Here, go grab a mountain. Now, here comes the main part. Do they have a way to give this flying at will? I don't know. Sure. It's going to get large. But if I can't give it flying, I don't really care. Because Yuna can outvalue it just in general. Okay. I had to like grab Overlord, shoot the flyer. Or is the card name. So now I play what? Yuna. Where do I grab this one? Because technically it's able to trade both. Yeah, I grabbed this one, I think. I thought about this one because it does technically gain life. Like if we grab this back and it shot something, it does gain life. But I don't think they have a way to give this flying. The only card I lose to is the second shelter, I think. Sure. I can't really attack here. Bet. Uh-huh. Red, I guess. Sure. Bet, dog. Here. Enter with one more counter. Shoot this. Pass. Go to instep. Bring this back. This. They're at 42. What a board state. Fair enough. That almost draws you a card. The only real problem that they're going to have here is the fact that these are just monsters. Yeah, I mean, combat. Now you have 5 that gets traded. You can't afford to trade this. Blocking there, I think, is bad, technically. Play here. Dredgers can just go. Land here. I have a plains left. Instep. Dredgers. Grab you back. We're off. Yeah, I don't think they can block with this. You have to leave it. Get the Surveil, which is always awesome. Dredger's Insight's a fantastic card always. It just helps us find what we want. I'll probably still opt to play Fear first, though, because the option to always have that kind of all Delirium's turned on, let's just go ahead and double attack for 4 kind of thing, and we just get 1 deeper to draw the land before, because the option is like, I want to hit Yuna off of Dredger's Insight, right? Could have also gone for Terra, but we'll see. Maybe a counterspell here. No. Land, land, land. What about 3 of them, huh? A surveil land, I suppose. Well, Delirium's not online now. Sure, just got control. Only play against it when I'm playing this deck. Seems about the way. This is Arnie's version, I would imagine. Arnie, a notorious pro player. Uploaded recently this type of deck, so seems like a pretty obvious 1-in-1 connection. Want to get this ticking down. Control oftentimes has a weird time dealing with the overlords because they don't necessarily get cast. They just magically kind of appear, and then their turn has to kind of consist of board wiping it. So it just becomes this like really awkward game for them when the overlords are involved. But yeah, I mean, sure. I didn't end up playing it. I know a lot of people are pretty high on playing those. I just didn't really care to be quite honest. We'll grab, I guess Overlord's probably better. We'll get like double strike, right? So I have to kind of pick this up. Whenever they cast spells, so they could like Helix this, give that double strike, and move on from there, right? That could have been 8 damage randomly. Not awesome, clearly, but you know, is what it is. So many lands milled over. So frustrating. But if there's a matchup that I think is going to be hard, it's definitely this one. Are you dragon firing my Terra? Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. I take 4. Sure. Oh, sweet. Let's go horror here. Sure. Could have probably impending that and get lost this, but we're kind of okay if our overlord dies, just on the fact that we know Yuna's got to come eventually, you would assume anyway. Honestly, probably should have just named human, considering we knew this was going to resolve. Pretty much guaranteed, but we have more overlords than Yuna technically, so. Sure, we're doing this in board wiping. Actually, it's just got vigilance, it can just attack the. Not bad. Just want to send this damage upstairs. Sure. Surveil here. No. Just to come up next turn. They're most likely going to have a board wipe, so we should just do this. And it's uncounterable, so we're already going to have 2 overlords in, so why would we do anything else? You have the Helix. I would assume it has to be a board wipe. Oh, sure. If not, they definitely have one now. At least I would think. But the thing is, if it's a board wipe and we somehow get Yuna, you know? You can always feel good about it. It also doesn't enter the battlefield, so we can always try to barrel a get lost at it. We will have to wait until we're untapped, though. Yeah, there's the Ultima. So their turn will end, and this won't come up. Should I just get rid of it anyway? Just like be mana efficient? I guess so, right? I understand like the turn ends, but it also takes the maps away. Here you go. Mine attacks first. That does matter. If they just like respond by playing another Overlord, which would make 2 more of these come back. And then this is obviously very threatening. So interesting. 0 cards. Full grip. Where literally turn by turn. At any point, they can just almost instantly win the game. That draw is obviously incredible for us, but it is what it is. What do we got? Control. Probably thinking of that. Dang it. I didn't get it out in time. I was like probably thinking of stock up, hoping to hit something. They can hit land and Chico and then do this and then hope they're fine, I guess. Don't know. Or they can rip like they can rip one. Oh, tap land. Day of Judgment maybe? I hope you find the setting bar and hit concede. That would be pretty cool. I got a bad feeling that I'm gonna rip a land here. Ooh. Not a land, but don't use my cavern, please. Here. Helix would be bad. 2 Dragonfires, sure. I actually kind of respect you for using my cavern, but I kind of don't want you to use my cavern. Please stop. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay, well. Go ahead. Might as well hold it. It doesn't really do anything. If I draw... I guess I only play 1 Joshua. Never mind. I was just like, if I draw another Joshua, it would feel pretty good. Alright. Look at the top 8. Grab our 2 best cards. Joshua's flippable, I guess. But it does more damage not flipping. Get lost, obviously, an option. And then... Get lost, Seam Rip, maybe? Overlord comes up. It's so crazy that we're like draw by draw. We're halfway through our deck. We haven't found a Yuna yet. And I had to get rid of the cavern. At least I felt like I had to get rid of the cavern. Also, this being a tap ability is criminal, by the way. It is very criminal. This is just transform, right? But it taps it. Here's the Helix. And the Get Lost. This is a Get Lost. I don't know what. Maybe. Okay. All right. What about this one? What about this one? Just threat. Bro, I'm doing everything. And again, they have to have an exile effect, which I know the 2 Dragonfires give it away that this is 100% Arnie's list, and they do not have the... I don't think they play the exile board wipe. It's just Ultimas, I believe. So the indestructible 3/3 is actually going to get it done. All right. I mean, you looked at 8 last time. You're looking at another 8 this time. It's 8 mana. Look at 16. Grab 2. 4. Pretty good. These maps are going to be popping on this guy. They have to have board wipe every turn. So the summon's doing everything it can. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. Because again, indestructible matters so much. Kind of a crazy turn of events, me just being able to randomly jam it because we hit that extra land. A lot of unit decks don't even play it because they just kind of play the domain deck like the old variations where it's just overlords and stuff. I play these because I think they're a lot more fun just in general, but in a tough spot, our opponent. And we're going to let them figure it out. Land. Ultima? Sure. The maps are gone, so I mean, it's like a good play. A land off the top for us is not very great. Guess just keep it. I guess Fear of Missing Out doesn't even need a card. I guess it just does it anyway. We're gonna consult again. Honestly, it's probably still just... Sure. Doesn't work that way. You have to have a minus ability. Now, you have to give this -1/1 counter if you had 0 toughness. It is indestructible. It could be -1,000 at some point in terms of just damage, but... Wow, you mean it? Let's go to combat first. Nothing. Counter unless they pay 4. They don't have 3 steps ahead mana, and I have 4 mana. The land draw actually paying dividends, and this will also have ward, so. Overlord. Come in. Trigger for the game winner. Wow. Okay, what a game that was. I just barrel after barrel after barrel coming from us, and then our opponent just being able to fight back. We went 30 cards deep each, pretty much. I mean, they went way farther than that. They just had no answer, and weirdly enough, the indestructible in this came up massive. The wide board and everything else, so very cool, very cool. And I can't. Oh no, it got worse. Now I don't have a Yuna. This is why I wanted to keep, kind of, but I guess we have to pitch an Overlord. Surveil. Land, hopefully. Well, I mean, I'll take it. That means we can make our Dredger's Insight grab a... Dude, why? Why do I gotta do this? Let's just play the Surveil land. We'll try Dredger's next turn. Why do I gotta keep playing against control, bruh? I just don't wanna. I understand it's fine, but I just don't wanna. Unless it's Omniscience combo, then obviously that kind of changes things a bit. You don't really play Dragonstorm in any control variation that I remember. Oh, maybe we do. I don't know. Alright, we might hit a tap land here, so I definitely want to do the Dredge land. And that's exactly what we do. We hit here, we play here. I'm gonna just draw one, I guess. If they do any graveyard hate, then I'm just kind of in trouble. I mean, I say draw one, but I have one in hand. I don't know. Team Rip, get rid of my Dredgers? Interesting. Missing a land? I hope so. No, there's a green source. Okay, so I'm like fully confident I know what my opponent's doing. I think it's the Kona Omniscience deck. I don't know how many counter spells they truly play. I don't feel like it's many. But if there's a deck that can go 10 times over the top of what we're doing, it's definitely this one. If I have to seam rip to seam rip, I think I can do that, right? Yeah. If I can seam rip to seam rip and just kind of go that route. But artifact, sure. Yeah, we definitely have to hit land here. So, going for this. Dredger's Insight typically guarantees that. I said something, huh? I just opened my stupid mouth. Here. I got 2 drawer. Alright. I'm not near as mad as I would have been a minute ago. The only problem is I have like very few turns left. It's literally Kona, do this, and I'm dead. Yeah. Yeah, I have no turns left, actually. All right, show me the omniscience. Oh, you got it. Hopefully we find a land that can kind of make sure our cavern doesn't have to be put on something whack. Okay. Dredger's Insight. Maybe not our favorite draw of all time. I think this is blue-red. I mean, I'm just going to play this and go Nightmare. And try to hit our land. Get rid of Overlord, obviously. Alright, I mean, we'll take that. We don't have the green yet, but I definitely will take a Surveil land to maybe find it. Why this is kind of bad on Nightmare, but it is what it is. Oh, well, maybe it's not that bad. Not bad. Most likely, I mean, no matter really what we hit off this parlor, it wasn't going to do anything. A Seam Rip. I guess I'll let go. No green. Do I get rid of dredgers here? Guess so, right? Oh, green. The dredgers is obviously good, but we can always reanimate it later with Yuna. This is a flood mole bouncing. Okay. Still never, like, weirdly a fan of that. Like, now, I don't know. Maybe this is why. Which definitely makes a bit more sense, but allowing my fear to just get value seems weird to me. 2 lands. Okay, so I'm just getting hit for 3 here. Sure. Okay. Well, I'm definitely playing the green source down, and I don't want to get rid of a land. So I think it's just play fear, get rid of fear. Considering, I don't know, there's 2 of them in my hand. There's a land. I could get rid of this, but it doesn't change our math at all. Like, it doesn't give us delirium, so I don't really care to do that. Also, I'd much rather use this in response to some other kind of shenanigans going on. And it's also a legendary, so kind of forces them to do stuff they might not want to. But hopefully maybe this is a discard Vivi, try to pop this, Cauldron activate, pop this, maybe? Sure. What do we got? Okay. So now my Overlord's going to be able to take this out, and I don't have to invest anything. There goes a Vivi. Sure. There's an Analyze, which is pretty sick. So we go Yuna here. We attack for 2. Get that life. Go Yuna. We grab this Overlord back. That shoots the Light Shatter, of course. Now, obviously, there could be a Cauldron and stuff like that. We do have an Analyze to pull in to grab back another Yuna. Because, again, if Yuna dies here, that means we'll have enough to kind of descend this card or evidence this card. But if they get rid of Yuna, then our Overlord's still here, and obviously that's a problem. And weirdly enough, if it is remove Yuna and our fear somehow gets delirium because we do it differently, then we'll do that. We just don't have a land. We just have a lot of enchantments. Which, guess what? Kind of what we do. Oh, wow. Surprise. Oh. Okay. This one? Instant cast this for a sorcery. We don't want to do anything else. Not bad. I have ward. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll take it. Mulligan? That hand sucked. We can keep this, and the Overlord just has to go. Red Bolt Wave burn. Okay, well that's gonna be a tough. This is gonna be a tough match, that's for sure. Probably should have just played a Stomping Ground. I can always play the mountain and use Get Lost, but no haste. Oh, nice one-lander, goofball. What are we doing? Give me that. Oh, now we just have to do Overlord into Yuna at some point. Sweet. All right. Okay. Maybe I should have played this so I can have a Get Lost up. Yeah, I guess just Seam Rip. Wave, sure. Okay. Bonk. Honestly, probably could have just like held up Get Lost. Sure. Go ahead. I'm only like really in trouble if they go like land after like land slick shot and all that nonsense. Sure. Uh-huh. Sure. Go here. I mean, Yuna also has lifelink, but I would also like to, I don't know, top deck anything else. All right. Well. I have to play this other Yuna. Well, I guess the lifelink's just not there, but it's 5 toughness matter? Probably not, considering this Overlord's coming up. All right. Mono red. Oh, boy. Oh. That's fine. Weirdly enough. I don't actually have to gain the land. Or whatever. I don't actually have to do that. Because what? I can do 5. Yeah, and if they block, like, so what? They take my life gain away, but I'm gaining so much life here, it doesn't matter, actually. If I shoot face, they go to 9. They block. That puts them at 12. So, yeah, I definitely don't have enough, so I might as well just pop stuff where I can, right? Sure. And these have trample, too, so, like, I will not be able to gain any more life. But I will go to 25 first. Play a fear. You're gone. Steam rip. Okay. Sure. Lands and seam rips. It's all we need. Honestly, we got so lucky they only kept a 1-lander. Alright, over under are my opponents on control. Who will know? We're gonna do this. We're just gonna go ahead and grab our mountain, I guess. I swear I've played against control more playing this unit deck than I've just played like ever. At least it feels that way. Oh, nice. At least it's something different, dude. That's all I really care about. At least that's something other than a random control match that I just like can't upload, or it's just going to be me cutting every 4 seconds. No attack here is kind of crazy because it just can't. I think I just accelerate my mana base because this is a situation where if I rip a Yuna off the top, I just submit everything into Narnia. This does have first strike, so that is kind of scary. The Might deck? Or is it just... It's got to be another color. They're playing Starting Town, right? What else would it be? Like a Giant Growth or something? There's also a chance they can fling the card at us, so we do have to kind of block aggressively. Sure. What do we hit here? Okay, so it is the fling deck. I was sure it was, but I just wanted to double check. So Giant Growth blows me out pretty bad, and they shocked just now, so feels like Giant Growth's probably coming. Plus fling? No. Bailoff. Okay. Yes, please. Buy everything in this game, please. I will 100% take a full-on trade there. That was about as aggressive as I would ever play. Don't need to counterspell for anything. We just need double white, and we'll clearly have that. So we're going to pitch both these lands. If I could have played the commercial district, I would have. We're just digging for Yuna, essentially, at this point. I could go for Seam Rip here. But I think holding... I think I have time to Seam Rip. Actually, no. We want to get lost here. Do I just get lost in general? No, probably not. And the reason we want to get lost is because I want to flip this and then be able to Seam Rip this second threat that they play. Sure. Lock. See how much they commit here. +3 until if it was cast. I don't know. I'm gonna barrel this. It might play a protection spell, but I kind of doubt it. Sure. Nothing gets played here. Okay. Inner tapped. Might as well flip this. I guess this comes back untapped, right? Yeah. Sweet. That actually matters so much. The 2 damage, because the creature has lifelink, does gain its life, and we are at 21 now. I'm not... We will have to do the math at, like, any given point, whether we're just dead. Because this deck can do it well, and they don't shock that in, so it seems like a good chance. Alright. Feel okay. Feeling okay. Nice, nice, nice. Any gamers? So it is very deceiving here. I would love to play this Overlord and pick off this card. We could probably do it for its cheaper cost, but I think I'm just going to Seam Rip it. Because again, I could have played this, but Giant Growth and stuff could potentially have saved it, and then I wouldn't have the mana for it. And if I die at 27 from here, which is definitely possible, then so be it. I will die. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those things. Like if I die at 27 against this deck, I will die. So thankfully, I can stop playing against control, and I can actually like play the game. It's crazy. Not have to play a thing and be like, wow, hope they don't have one of their 7 board wipes off the 8 stock ups they've cast. Crazy. All right, so 4th time doing this outro. I just keep finding myself rambling and making myself more and more mad, because today a lot of people have conspiracy theories about Arena and how the client runs, and today is like the pinnacle of a theory prover that I've ever seen. So I've been recording quite a bit lately. So I've been doing at least 2 videos a night, kind of like pushing myself out just in case I have another con or something. I'm able to basically buy myself time to be like, okay, I only need to make 3 videos instead of the 4 or 5 or 6 I have to make whenever I leave for a con, especially Atlanta, because it's an 8-hour drive and so on and so forth. Atlanta Magic Con. But today was the day where I'm recording video 3 and I'm playing Yuna and I'm excited. My queue times doubled, if not tripled, and I played blue-white control every other game, and it was always a build that countered my Yuna deck, and I don't know why. Pretty much every game to now, like in this video that you watch if you're watching the outro, pretty much every other game that you see in this video was just not a blue-white control matchup. And that's the craziest part. I had to cut them. Like I couldn't even use them because the pace in which my opponents were playing at. Not all of them. Some of them I was just like so tilted to be playing against blue-white control again. It's also blue-white control variants. So like Jeskai control was in there a couple of times, and like there was like a blue-black the end deck or Deadly Cover Up, exile your Yuna's deck that randomly it's just an exile your best card deck and hope you can't win. So after playing like those, I just like definitely started to get more tilted, and as soon as I seen a blue-white surveillant, I just conceded the game and moved on because I just don't want to spend 20 minutes to play a blue-white matchup and then immediately queue up into something that automatically beats me, and then I just took 25 minutes to win and then lose. So I just group and move on because I'm trying to find any other matches to upload, and it sucks. Obviously, I'm kind of crashing out about it right now, which is obviously not great. Because I tried to do my outros and intros when I'm a bit more calm and objective. But maybe at any other time, this deck would be fine. I probably will step away from playing Yuna for the foreseeable future, at least in best of 1. I know in best of 3, this deck is like phenomenal and your sideboard options is incredible. But at least this variation where it's a bit kind of more all in on just playing the Overlords, kind of like Domain was back in the day. With like the fears, and maybe not fears, but like the get lost, the kind of removal early, and then just play the big overlords and hope they're good enough. It just did not seem great at all in comparison to like just playing the other black enchantments that blow up permanents and are good effective removal, and some can just win the game immediately and whatnot, and then just use this overlord as like an aggressive piece at the end. Where I don't know, it was a tough game. Games like. It was so hard to win 1 or 2 of them or 3 or 4 of them and then just have to queue up against it 4 or 5 more times and just say, were those luck or not? Also, enjoy longer queue times. So, take that knowledge as you will. I don't know what else to say. Obviously, I'm really annoyed. It's also late and I probably shouldn't be uploading or recording, but it is what it is. I kind of got to do what I got to do. But with all that said and done, I hope you all enjoyed the video anyway. Even if I was tilted throughout some of it, as it may be. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for watching and goodbye.